Hey guys, this is Dominik with Great Life Institute, and we have a super exciting topic today that most people struggle with. It's peak performance versus stress. And most people think, oh, stress is always bad, which is not true. We need some amounts of stress, they call it eustress, which is positive stress in order to get you interested, excited about things. And there is a sweet spot of stress where you can get the most amount of performance out of your day. Most people struggle with stress because they believe in that myth that you have to, take as much stress as you can handle and then push through it, and that way you'll grow, and then you'll, be able to handle more stress, and then that's how you grow and that's how you achieve great things. And it's completely untrue. I believed in this for years, and then I look back and I was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I figure that out earlier? Now I'll tell you how I struggled with this myth for years and how I discovered it, and I was like, whoa, that was just makes sense, and why didn't I think of that earlier? So for years I struggled because I believed that in order to be successful you have to push harder and harder and then set up higher goals and higher goals. But to me, resting and taking time off and resetting was not part of the plan, because that's for weak people that don't want to do things. They just want to sit around, do nothing, and that's what they do. They rest. So I'm not that type of person, so I work all the time. So I would set up a goal for my company, and then I would basically, for my schedule, I would set up 3 months straight with no rest. So we would, my employees would come in Monday to Saturday generally, but I would work Monday to Saturday with them to make sure everything is running well. And then over the weekend, I would do promos. I would go to trade shows. I would go to, meet with my groups and things like that all day long. So Sunday evening, I would come back home, get ready, go to sleep, be ready for Monday to work. And to me, again, going and resting was not an option. Luckily, my body subconsciously was saving me from a huge disaster, which it was very close many times. But every time I took too much of the crazy, unbalanced life, at some point I would realize I'm at the point where I am so burned out, I can take one more minute of it. And for some reason, I knew there was only one way I could do it, is my wife would come home one night, random night, and I would be packed. And I would be like, honey, we're going on vacation. We're taking 4 days off today. And we're, driving to a cabin in the mountains to take some time off. And at the beginning, she would be crazy because there was no warning. It would be just going in the afternoon, booking a cabin and packing. And I knew that's the only way I'm gonna stay sane doing this. And then after those 4 days, I would still probably spend first day dealing with my office, and then slowly, get a little bit of a calm and time to think. The day after I came back, I would do more than I could do a week before. And I didn't even add the pieces together until years later. Then, hey, if I take that time, I'm actually more productive. That doesn't add up. Why am I still thinking by pushing harder and harder and not resting, I'm performing better? In this case, obviously I wasn't. So let me show you in the other room the graph, and then we're gonna go over all the details. Here's our graph. And just so you know, my mom is an artist, so here's your proof that talent can skip a generation. But I'm trying my best with the talents I have, so you should get the idea. Performance versus stress. This performance goes up as we go up here, stress goes up as we go this way. And how our stress looks is, this is your peak spot where you have highest performance to the amount of stress. And everything on this start is considered eustress. This is the stress from this on. And if you have completely no stress or extremely low stress, nothing, you're basically bored. Nothing interests you, there's nothing exciting going on. from this point to about this point, you're finding interest. So things start getting interested. Interesting. Let's see. Let's just put interesting. So you're just slightly getting interested in things. Now, as we go higher, this area is your flow, is your peak performance. This is your very peak performance. Peak performance point. And from here up to here, this is the stress level that we want to work within to get your highest performance. Now, problem is most people think that they are in this range, saying, okay, the more I push, the higher I get to the point. Issue is, most of us, especially most achievers, are in this range. So we are basically over the hill. And what comes right after this, which you gotta be really careful, is, right out here you have fatigue. But here, you have overwhelm. So you're starting feeling overwhelmed right around here. So fatigue comes right in, overwhelm, and then you're at burnout. And then down here, you're at complete meltdown. Okay, so now what we're thinking here is, so we want to be in this area. And me personally, for years, I was working in between overwhelm and burnout. I was basically circulating right around here, thinking that if I take any time to de-stress or to do any type of stress management, it's just going to be a waste of time, because I'm thinking I'm here and it's getting me away from my peak. And I'm actually the opposite way, so the harder I push, the faster I fall. So what was happening is, I didn't understand it back then, but as I was getting through the burnout, closing to meltdown, my body said, oh, stop, you need to recharge. And in a basically emergency situation, my body told me, okay, get out, you gotta get out on vacation, you're gonna go nuts. And that's why I knew, but a lot of people don't know about it, and I didn't know about it, but that's where we wanna be, right? And the point is, by taking, resets, and it doesn't have to take a lot of time, you're going from being, here to resetting, getting up here again, being in this area. But the whole idea is to expand this area. So what we think is, the harder we push, so we are still imagining we're right here, right? And we're imagining, okay, as much as we're gonna push with the stress, so the more stress is gonna come here, because remember, amounts of stress goes higher. We're thinking we're gonna hit this area 20 times and it's gonna expand this way. That's not the case. What you wanna do is, imagine you are in between those two spots, and I know it's getting a little bit messy here, and you are balancing by being here, being here, being here, being here, being here, being here. And as this goes on, it expands. And then you can take on more stress. It only comes from balancing it. So whenever you're getting to the point where you're getting overwhelmed, you gotta hit the reset button and get you right up here. So the more you do it, it's what they also call it a center. When you know where you're, right, you're in peace with yourself, and then you're alert and good to go. So you don't try to again push and then keep on going down the hill. You're just balancing this. So every time you go over, oh, let me go for a walk right here. Getting over again, oh, I'm feeling overwhelmed. Then you go up here because you took 20-minute meditation. So you gotta practice it and master it if you wanna keep that peak performance. I'll show you one more graph. I know we're short on time because I'm tending to go long with this, but I show you another thing that I realized. Just in a few minutes, I'm gonna, I didn't bring a flipboard. I wanted to have a erase board on this one. So give me a minute. I'm gonna erase that really quick, and then I'll show you another graph showing you how it's really worth to manage your stress because it pays money, and that's important. Okay, here's our new graph, and this one shows performance over time. So there's not based on stress, but when I looked back after I had an aha moment with this, I looked back and I kind of rated my performance over the time when I tried to push as hard as I could. And because I was, when you look again, we're gonna mark it the same way. When I was always in this area, because my stress was so high, what basically happened is I was playing within this range. In most cases, sometimes by mistake I had to relax or something happened. I had time to go up a little bit, but we're looking at this level. So let's say on average I'm here. Doesn't matter, I'm on the high stress on an overworking side of performance. I looked at my performance and it wasn't that great. And then I looked at it, I'm like, darn it, I'm working so hard and my performance is barely better than a guy that's barely interested in being a high performer. So I looked at it, I'm like, my goodness, I'm wasting tons of energy and not really getting much out of it. So the idea of it is to, again, balance on higher levels and play in here. So what will happen over time, and again, this is not based on stress, I'm just talking about keeping your level of performance here and having, so that what will happen, and then you'll end up being here and here if you only give yourself a chance to reset. So what will happen is every time we go over the hill and you're getting super stressed out, bam, take a class, yoga class, whatever your thing is. You can only, even if you do a 20-minute meditation every day, or future visioning, or laughter, or EFT, or you just do one of our Lagrange systems, which combine all of that, it gets you in this range, and that's how you get top performance versus being all over the place and ending up right in the middle. So that was my big aha moment, and I wanted to share it with you because I struggled with it for years, and I wish I knew that many years ago. Just so you know, guys, this was just scratching the surface of this topic. There's so many awesome things we can learn, and each of them has the possibility to change your life for better. And this is all we do at Great Life Institute. That's why I'm part of it. We just want to make your life a great life. And I'm honored to be teaching you this class. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way I can send you trainings every week. Like us on Facebook to get daily motivation. And then check out our website for more advanced trainings and see what we're up to. Till then, live with gratitude and passion every day.